I believe we've all heard of the Mona Lisa painting, the famous Mona Lisa painting. We've all heard it, haven't we? Aside that also, we've heard of several paintings carrying messages and all that. Somebody will say, I mean, what really is this painting going to do to help end Galamsey? Well, I say you are wrong. It can do a lot. Galamsey is wreaking havoc in the Ghanaian society, and if we don't take care, we might end up importing water in a few years to come. And one of the best ways to tell the story about Galamsey and how it's wreaking havoc on society is through exhibition, if you ask me. And I believe we're all here for the same purpose. I am here for that purpose because I believe that arts can do more than we think. If you believe that too, let me see you clap your hands. Right, so at this juncture, we're going to invite Ase Mitika for a performance, and it will be followed by a series of performances. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them. Right, while we're waiting for them, ladies and gentlemen, one more time.
Ghana Benya found a free English from in fair Josia 9, Ebinuma body, Ebinuma Benfo, Ebino Soya Kundi, Mamamo, Ghana Maya, Mamamo Pa, Ebinuma body, Ebinuma Benfo, Ebino Soya Kundi, Mamamo, Ghana Maya, Mamamo Pa.
It is not about any candidate, nor it is about any chief or king. It is about our selfish interests and how we have decided to serve the new god of money by filling our bellies with the spirit of gluttony. Get out of the box. Take a step back and begin to look into the future. The future of you and I, and our children too. We cannot kill the earth, but our activities and actions will kill ourselves, leaving the earth to eventually die also. We think we are smart, but we all shall die while the earth remains right here. It is just a matter of time. We shall all be wiped out. What would become of our children? That is why you must think. So think. Think about humanity and leave every other stuff aside. Love life.
Abai we pa. Edi na opa se.
What can you sing?
Say ye enjoy Galamsey.
Like seriously.
Ye yemba no mu da go school.
You ready to
Ejuma ya piti en kwala dream. Say enjoy. Say enjoy. Bibi hanu. Abai ni. Lisi, me ba school fees me ma me yare enwa e dey tell me jai me say abai ni bibi han yes me say jai e ba
We will not stop
Hey.
price. You know, like they are not diamonds and not even that star. So diamonds are extremely common in nature. So they're just concentrated on some things, but that's the amount. Just like diamonds, like they were made when they were like eruptions, and there's such a pressure in the of the eruption that the compressed carbon will like the diamonds. So nothing, how huge are those? The lava.
This is what you will go through if you do not help Galamsey. Where would you be in the next 20 years?
Teachers! Headmasters! Politicians! Drivers!
Would you be alive with health implications? Or you would be dead from your ignorance? Aden.
I'm a Ghana!
Sister!
Ghana, Mra! My penny!
Are you going to sit and consult me what? No! Shamfa!
Chinese! Oh, what? Chinese!
Yazakaveta!
Mercury! And I say, Isua.
Asemu yidika, wanabeka. Miaro, miara.
Eyo, miaro, miara.
Obirai diba, wanabeka.
Miaro, miara. Enyo, miaro, miara. Ejumai dima, wanabeka. Miaro, miara. Enyo, miaro, miara. Ejumai dia, wanabeka. Miaro, miara. Enyo, miaro, miara.
Today, we are very grateful, madam. Kindly do us the honors and respectfully give it up for her. Your Excellency, good to see you once again.
Thank you. Thank you, Program Coordinator. To all the invited guests here, to the host, my friend Ozzy, colleagues from the South African High Commissioner that are here, all distinguished guests, and especially the youth. What a performance and exhibition that just displays exactly what Galamsey means, the consequences of it, and I would say it comes at a very opportune time. I was saying to my colleague, Mr. Mzwake Lubisi, my trade councillor, that we are speaking about Galamsey tonight. We know the consequences of it, what it has done. Coming in and just looking at the display of the art, it tells us that our environment is a danger. I currently have a delegation from South Africa in Ghana this week, specifically to engage the Ministry of Minerals and Land Affairs on issues of Galamsey. In South Africa, we call it Zama Zama. Zama Zama is Galamsey. It is illegal mining. And the implications of it and the consequences of what it does, and especially to our environment. And I say this evening, what able to depict is in your art, it sends a clear message of what it is that is spoken. And I always say that messages can be explained through music, through art, and through the artist. It shows an expression of what it is, the realities of what we are dealing with in our communities, and what this is done to our communities, to our water bodies, especially when we talk about preserving our environments during an age of climate change, that we are the ones that should take the action to preserve our environments, our water bodies, and also to ensure that we combat illicit mining. So I've also had a meeting with the minister just last week in preparation for the delegation, where we did extensively discussed the issues of Galamsey, and the exhibition that we've witnessed speaks to exactly what it does to our communities, what it does to our environment, what it does to the water and what we consume. If you look at the artifact just to my left-hand side, it even depicts the type of water that we would then consume that is actually killing us slowly inside. So tonight it's about actually looking at the artifacts, looking at the exhibitions. If you go down, you'll see all the display of the artifacts and the messages that the artists are giving and explaining that look what this is doing to human nature, look what it's doing to our communities, look what it's doing to our environments and our water bodies and our rivers as well. So I'm just here to support the artists. Let us find more expression and express everything that affects our daily lives. And this is one of them that as Africans, as we grow up, the stories that have been going from generations to generations are storytellings through our ancestors and our elders, and now we find expression in our art, in our music. So we are here as South Africa as well. We grapple with the same Zama Zama, illicit mining, illegal mining. So as two nations, part of our bilateral relations, we are seeing how we can learn from each other to formulate policy to try and combat this. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
O manu se serving yo, and yes, I'm now horse. I'm on full brand Yenara Sassini, a bought and tin my end, bought again, and I don't share when you're the two my end. It remain won't so say a beg a biatwaso, in the trust and put some cranny a pass and make me out. Etienne Bramu Demamaya Sassi Hudo Atose. O mano Seviego, O mano Seviego, and yes, I'm in that horse. A man for branded trail. O mano Seviego, O mano Seviego, and yes, I'm in that horse. A man for branded trail.
Looking really good. And I thought we were even having a word on that, just like that. So I'm here to formally address why we've all conveyed here tonight. And illegal mining is defined locally as mining operations in which miners without a license have no concessions of their own, operate uncontrollably within concessions of large-scale mining companies or in areas prohibited for mining. In recent years, with dwindling opportunities for employment in the formal sector and lucrativeness of gold mining, there has been an upsurge of miners, majority of them operating. However, the activities of illegal gold mining is best known for its disastrous effects on the environment, particularly agricultural land, causing many to view the activity as dirty. The public, the media, and academia have raised serious concern about the negative effects of Galamsey operations and have called for its abolishment and the restoration of many abandoned mining sites and spoils. A few statistics have outlined how dire the situation of illegal mining is. 1. According to one estimate, Galamsey in Ghana represents approximately 60% of workers in the mining sector and about 30% in production, late 2021. Galamsey appears to have caused the Ghanaian government greatly. One estimate places this amount to $2.3 billion in 2016, late 2021. According to some estimates, over 1 million Ghanaians work directly in informal mining, Hilson 2016. In an article dated 19 August 2012 by the Daily Graphic, 300 persons lost their lives to Galamsey in 2011. Continuing surveys have declared a swell in the statistics close to a 5th percentile annual increase. According to analytical students on child labor in mining and quarrying in Ghana by the International Labour Organization, these Galamsey camps have rapidly become locations of widespread HIV/AIDS and child labor. Illegal ASM operators allow children to engage in Galamsey to supplement or as a main source of family income. The child laborers are motivated by quick cash returns. Thus, many of the children 15 to 17 years who have completed basic school prefer Galamsey to higher education. In a significant number of cases, younger children 10 to 14 are involved in working in Galamsey pits using dangerous chemicals. Over 10,000 working children are found in gold mining and quarrying in various parts of Ghana, including Western, Ashanti, Eastern, Brongahafo, Northern, Upper East, and Upper West. The work done by these children are considered hazardous because it exposes them to physical, psychological, and sexual abuse, involves work underground and in confined spaces, includes the use of dangerous equipment, manual handling, transport of heavy loads, and the use of hazardous and work for very long hours. These and many more daunting findings are the reasons for the Avenger as tonight's event. The great J.F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." The following daring drives to step into to add some volume on the halt of Galamsey. One would ask, why would we choose the vehicle of art in telling the Galamsey story? Art is an often preferred vehicle for social change. Governments use murals, paintings, sculptures, drama, movies, and songs as propaganda material to change public opinion and launch public informational campaigns. For example, the government of India often uses murals and paintings to discourage open defecation, pollutions, ozone layer depletion, tree felling, and other social ills. Art also acts as a collective memory of society. Through expressive outlets such as painting, sculptures, music, literature, and other art forms, artists preserve lives, and as we know, it can even be better than historical fact-based records. Art expresses how it feels to exist in a particular time. Telling the story of illegal mining practices through art has a subtle but inflammable response and effect to reaching top decision makers who by clamp of action can extinguish this menace. The Art Fest majors on using creative lens in forwarding the perspective on the discourse dear to the nation's core. We have seen major rivers being polluted, beautiful landscapes degraded, livelihoods destroyed. All these are more due to the bullets of Galamsey in Ghana. This project is heavily inspired towards SDG 11, titled Sustainable Cities and Communities. SDG 11 represents a shift in international development cooperation from a focus on poverty as a rural phenomenon to recognizing that cities, especially in Global South, are facing major challenges in extreme poverty, environmental degradation, and risks due to climate change and natural disasters. The Galamsey Art Fest in many parts deliver a good fight against the ill, social, politically entrenched front, illegal mining. That I say, welcome on board, dear people. The ship is about to sail. It is an August to have you join the conversation. Galamsey Art Fest is here to stay. To focus its arsenal on eradicating the many ills that come with illegal mining and to halt it. The vision of sustainability is to have this art fest tour the wonderful regions proclaiming this good news. On this note, I publicly announced that come 6th March 2023, the Galamsey Art Fest will hold at Takoradi, the capital of Western region of Ghana. Thus, dear corporate Ghana, potential sponsors who see the same light as we do, we dearly plead with you that you reach through our socials so we make an agenda to have this turbulent effect solved. We would also be reaching out to ourselves concerning sponsorship collaboration sometime soon. Please do open your doors when we come at knocking. It has been wonderful being here, and thank you so much. My name is Kojo. Have a wonderful evening.
say over. Oh, they want to. Oh, they want to. I want to know it.
Hello, good evening. This is James Brew of the Brew Show, and we are here at the Galamsey Exhibition inside Ozzies Beach Palace. And I'm here with one of the very talented visual artists, Vika. Vika, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, Galamsey Exhibition, yeah, the exhibitor, you can see clearly with a very beautiful tag and t-shirt. So, are any of your paintings around?
Yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one would you like to explain first?
Okay, we can start with this.
We can start with this, okay.
So this particular painting is capturing the mining scene.
Okay.
Each color has this representation. The flowers here, as you can see, are representing, is paying a tribute to those that have died involved in the whole process. The reason why the water is red is the blood of those that have gone down in the whole process. As you can see, the clothes they are wearing are painted gold. And we also have the baskets where they do the process, where you are supposed to get the gold from. So my whole painting is capturing the people. Other artists were capturing the moment and the whole space. I'm capturing the people to see expressions. So the reason why their clothes are made of gold, and these implements they use in working are made of gold is because I feel those are the actual gold, because they are involved in the process. The people themselves are not supposed to be valued, but rather the implements that were used in these processes. Because these implements, like they are void tools. They don't have a say of their own except in the hands of the person controlling them. So these are the actual gold because they're involved in the process. This particular guy here, he has the gold ray on him. That's like a sign of hope. Meanwhile, he has given up on the whole processes. If you can see where he's sitting, he's painted with the Ghana flag. Yeah, to show that he's tired of the whole scenario and the Galamsey activity. This painting here is titled Iboju. I'm a Yoruba man, so the title it means blindfolded. So the reason why it's blindfolded is to show that we have been blinded by the whole activities. It feels like we are not seeing the harm it's doing to the environment.
Okay. And since you are naming them, let's start with the names again.
This one is titled Lost Hope.
Lost Hope?
Yes.
Okay.
This one is titled The Dialogue.
The Dialogue?
Yes.
Okay. And this one?
This is titled Iboju.
Iboju, which in Yoruba means blindfolded.
Yes. And this particular last one is titled Mother's Hate.
Mother's Hate.
Unlike Mother's Love.
Okay.
So what he's trying to talk about is every mother by birth tries to cater for his child, to give the child the best future. But unlike her, well, at times it happens out of ignorance, but she's not doing the best for the child. So it's obvious that when this child grows, he's going to be caught up in this whole process also. As you can see, there's a plate here and it's painted gold.
Yeah.
But there's no gold in it because I feel this implement they used to work at the actual gold. This is what we are supposed to be kept in the museums to show that this was what was used in all these processes. And the very amazing thing about my paintings is that under a blue UV light, you get to appreciate them better because this is where you see the golds, they glow at night. So that's when you appreciate the whole scenario and the beauty of the work.
Nice one. So yeah. Vika, how can we find you on social media?
On all platforms, I'm Vika Vic.
Vika Vic.
Yeah, Vicarvick.
Vicarvick.
On IG and Twitter.
So Vika, beautiful work, well done, and I hope to see your paintings and you very soon.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Like 2015, and it wasn't quite right, so I would come back to it every so often. And because it had these colors, I knew that it was about the Galamsey. It's also called The Thirst, and I was inspired by, the Sergio Leone westerns, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Those three figures. And in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the main theme song, or one of the main theme songs for that, is called The Ecstasy of Gold. So I was thinking about how these miners in their imagination are hoping to like strike gold. Okay.
Hi, good evening once again. This is James Brew, Mr. of the Brew Show. We are at the Galamsey Exhibition inside Ozzies Beach Palace, and I'm here with one of the visual artists. All I remember is he's gracious, but I'll let him mention his full name.
Name is Gracious Ismaila.
Gracious Ismaila.
Okay.
So this is one of your many pieces of art over here, correct? So can you explain the name and concept behind this one for us?
Okay, so my work is actually a meso relief sculpture. So what you are seeing here is I'm trying to deal with the connection that we have with the earth. So dealing with the connection with the earth, it's referring to looking at it as the earth, the same earth that we go to as we die. And also the first one, it looked like I used resin.
You use what?
Resin.
Resin.
Resin is the chemical material that we use. They can use, those plumbers used to fix pipes, but then
Because I saw it was some like fiber.
kind of fiber, yeah. So it's the same kind of plastic that I used to create this one. This was my first piece actually. So we're dealing with this one. I was trying to deal with the connection that we have with the earth and how it's necessary for us to take care of it because it's the same earth that we use. Right? What inspired me was it wasn't even an inspiration, but then what came up in my mind during this work was people as they are doing it. They have no remorse about what they are doing actually, but then in the looking at the effects, those who are at the end of it, it's like they suffer from the end product of it. And also the people who are involved in the Galamsey, they themselves, they are people who have been dying and all those things, but then it's like they still continue to live back. I want to create the awareness of our connection with the earth. That if we destroy the earth, there will be no more earth for us to live on. Right? It's very necessary for us to take care of what we have. So with my pieces, I was just trying to create the connection, the link that we have. And looking at it, this one is my palace. Okay, so actually the color to it, yes, it wasn't any inspiration though, but then it was kind of an inspiration. As I was saying, at first I used reason to make this, but as I was going on, I saw to like, I'm dealing with something of the earth. Why don't I use it that can communicate it better rather than using it in the
I know, but we are dealing with Galamsey. I think the earth is more of a brownish, reddish kind of thing. So that's why I'm asking what actually inspired you to use this pigment like this one, so that it can actually have a direction where maybe you could have put somewhere. Just to distinguish between where it's maybe in your next place. At least it will enable someone to understand whatever the work that I'm an artist myself. I'm an artist. I love abstract works. I love things that will actually make me engage. Yes. What is happening here?
It seems like you are trying to reach, so you know that artists sign both subject and object. And if, to my understanding, if we give work like portray as it is, there will not be any kind of communication.
Yeah.
There won't be any kind of communication because it's kind of simple. It's like, yeah, I've seen someone doing Galamsey So then there won't be any interaction or trying to
Like what we
understand
are
anything. So yeah, I understand. So that was what came to mind. This one is not purely abstract, but then it's semi-abstract. As you can see from this side, that's somehow. So just this way is just trying to do with our connection.
Very detailed. The way you see the nipple. There's a detail over there, and I like the way he's able to capture down that one. Yes, yes.
And when I came here, I could see the extra people sharper as compared to when I was looking at it from the other angle.
Yeah, so what I was with, you asked myself, why did I choose this medium? I do both painting and sculpture, but then I want to bring out a medium that can bring out a three-dimensional perspective. As he said, like looking at this direction, you can see certain different things that maybe you wouldn't have seen looking at it from face like that. But then there's also something different from seeing it from this direction too. That will be different from seeing it yes also from this direction. So this work is just trying to depict the end product of what actually happens. As people are just smiling and all those things, I don't know whether you can see it clear, but there's a child figure here. Can you see? There's a child figure here that they are just trampling over it. And they don't care what is happening. So like they just want the food, they just want the food. But then in the other end, there's these are these same water bodies that models and other people from maybe a different end or someone. Maybe someone from the Shanti region or Eastern region is mining, or Kota region is mining, or the other country is mining. But then in another place, these are the same waters that run out from that place to that same thing that they are still. That's the perfect thing. How long did it take you to do this? That's the question that I've been asked. I think it took me about 2 to 3 weeks. Because as I said, I used cement, and you know cement is as compared to resin, it's a natural, I won't say it's a natural sample, but then it's kind of light actually, and you will have to wait for it to be hardened to add maybe a certain effect to it. So that was how it was. Maybe the first place I will make a slab to make the board or something. So to make the board, and maybe the next day waiting for it to add more, I won't say detail, but maybe add some kind of structure to it. So that was how it went.
That's fine. That's fine. How do we find you on social media?
You said?
How do we find you on social media?
Okay, my Instagram account is Eliagbe _AME.
Okay, pronounce it again.
So the Eliagbe is spelled ELEAGBE _AME. Eliagbe. Thank you.
Welcome. Boss, thank you too for being a very nice art guide, because you ended up sending me into a different zone that I didn't expect to go, but I enjoyed it. So thanks. It was nice watching the two of you bounce off each other.
I really
you know, I'm an art person, but I've left mine like 10 years now. I'm not trying to bounce back.
You know what?
So I'll just give you the edge.
You know, lately I've been going for exhibitions, so I'm inspired to actually do, and I've even started doing some works. I don't know if I can find.
But do you know what the most annoying thing is? It's because maybe I'm not criticizing anyone, but then as a child, like when I was growing up, there were some kind of difficulties in pursuing my art. Like I could do science, but then because of that, my parents were maybe not encouraged, but then making me to pave way to the science world. But then I really found out that, let's say if you do something that you are really good in, it doesn't only become maybe your job or something. It becomes a passion that you can do, like happy to do every day, each and every day. So that's why think I entered into the arts.
These are some of the works I'm working on currently.
That's really nice. So you're also into a kind of abstract.
I love abstract works because I think I have quite a few abstract works.
I wish I could show you some of my works, but my phone is not.
Hi guys, once again this is James Brew, Mr. of the Brew Show, and I'm here with two beautiful and one handsome friend of mine called Kantika, the guy, and then Linda, the girl. Linda, how you doing? Kantika, what's up?
Hello.
So in case you are not aware, we are here at the Galamsey Exhibition, which is happening inside Ozzies Beach Palace. And I want to get my friends' perspective on what they've seen so far. So I'll see the ladies first, right? So Linda, what do you think about the exhibition? I can see you well kitted in a very nice t-shirt where you are wearing a Galamsey Exhibition and it shows that you are an usher. So what is your take back from today?
Okay, in my aspect, I think this exhibition was great and everything we showed here was perfect. The Galamsey, how everything was set, the drama set out there was also perfect. And the arts showing here is also perfect. If I should understand the concept behind these arts, it speaks a lot about Indian mind, that's the Galamsey, and why we should stop it and everything. So me, I've learned a lot from it. I've learned a lot from it, knowing that Galamsey is a bad thing and we should just do it. So this exhibition is perfect. For me, it's very nice. I enjoy myself. I am still enjoying myself. The show is not over yet.
Kantika, so I'm sure you got to hear about it with time to spare, and with the perspective you had coming in, or the expectations you had coming in, has it matched, surpassed, or gone contrary to what you were expecting?
Well, I think it's, first of all, I want to congratulate Kojo for putting up this exhibition. I mean, especially for me as an artist myself, I really push for art activism. That we do not only practice our arts just to entertain people, but in as much as we practice our art forms, we use it to educate people in mass in general. And so coming here and seeing how these artists that have their works on display trying to tell these stories through their art forms, I think is something very, very commendable. I've seen some of the performance artists' works, and that one too is inspiring enough. You've seen that from Julius and his ensemble doing their semi-decan, and then I've seen some musical performances here and there too. But coming to the real paintings, I've also enjoyed it very much. I mean, looking at the mediums that the artists are using to express their emotions, the choice of material, and then their perspective as in tackling this particular business is amazing. It shows that a lot of thinking have gone into the artworks, and they really did this work or commissioned this work specifically for this exhibition, was directly to the theme that is being discussed. And that's one thing I love about this exhibition. It's not that kind of exhibition that you go, artists bring their works to display, but this one, they are really hitting directly to the theme. And so I feel it's a really good thing. It's a good vibe into it.
That's right. So before I let you guys go, any message to the rest of the country and let's say to everybody else practicing illegal mining in some way, shape or form across the continent or globe?
Definitely. One thing I would say is that the earth belongs to us, and as people who are just inhabiting it for the time being, we just have to keep it better for those people that will come after us to also benefit from it. And so works like this, it's something that is calling on all of us to add our collective voices to it to also do something. So I think it's a step in the right direction, and I'm urging everybody to protect the earth and then leave it as a better place, even more than what we came to meet.
Linda?
Okay, I think he said it all about how I feel. Not only the Galamsey, anything that destroys the earth, I think this is a message out there that they should fix it. Not only the Galamsey, there are a lot of things that we do that destroy the earth. destroy the earth, we are destroying ourselves. So those countries practicing illegal mining, that is the Galamsey. I would say they should put a stop to it. Because if we destroy the soil, we are destroying us. But the soil is us, and we came from the soil. So we should protect the soil.
And how would you like to be found on social media?
It will be cool.
So what are your handles? Social media handles?
I'm not really on any social media.
So guys, if you want to contact me, contact me. Kentinka.
It's as simple. I'm available on Instagram _Kentinka_GH.
Kentinka_GH. Yes, sir. So guys, thank you for your time, and let's hope the message resonates with everybody.
Thank you.
Hi guys, once again, this is just Brew of the Brew Show, and this is the Galamsey Exhibition Night 1, and I'm here with the brain behind the exhibition, Kojo. So Kojo, how are you doing?
I'm good, Charlie. We are just tired. It's just like a long day.
It's been a very long day.
Yeah.
But what inspired you to come up with this exhibition?
Yeah, so I always wanted to have an exhibition, but I wanted an exhibition that is for a cause, like a positive cause. And I realized that most of the times when we talk about Galamsey, it's either in the news or documentaries. So I decided to add a creative lines to the campaign agency. That's how the exhibition came about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And how many days is it running for?
So from Monday to Saturday, 6 days.
6 days. Okay. So 5 to 11, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And for those who missed day 1, what should they expect for the
you can come along and come and watch the artworks. We're going to have sip and paint on Saturday and a film screening on Friday. So do well to make it. Film screening Friday and then sip and paint and then our musical performances on Saturday.
So those who need an excuse to drink, you've had your day. Me there, I'm coming Friday and Saturday. I'm already here on Monday, so yeah, I don't really drink. So yeah. So how do we get to find you?
Oh, on Instagram, the Galamsey.exhibition. Yeah, that's our official page. So find us and then send us an inquiry if you're an visual artist, because we plan on going to Takrade next year.
And then message to corporate Ghana.
Come support us, because we are doing this through our own means, our finances and all, and sometimes it can be very challenging. So if you're a corporate body and you want to support, you are welcome, and then we'd like to get you on board.
Sure. Kojo, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
All the best, and I hope this is the first of many beautiful art exhibitions.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Welcome. Stay safe and get some rest. Guys, once again, this is Brew of the Brew Show. You can find the Brew Show on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course on YouTube. And you can find James Brew on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on LinkedIn. As you can see, I am in front of some beautiful artwork with a lot of meanings. And if you want to see them for yourself, Ozzies Beach Palace is the place to be this week. So, cheers.